Now that's a beautiful candle on the Bitcoin daily chart right now. Bitcoin approaching traffic, some key resistance areas that we talked about in just yesterday's video. But the reason why this is so good is because it can raise some flags. Let's have some caution, right? On the short term, a lot of people get hype when we start seeing green candles. There's caution to be had, but we're starting to approach key bullish confirmation areas that we just discussed in yesterday's video. And now we're getting very close to areas to watch out for bullish confirmation, for a reversal of Bitcoin price. Altcoin charts. I want to take a glance at altcoin charts as well, because what is happening in the macro landscape of crypto, in my view, it couldn't be more bullish. A year ago, I never would have thought we were here right now. I'm grateful for this opportunity. I know many bears are out there that disagree with me, but I want to take a glance at this altcoin chart as we kind of really start wrapping up and bringing into view the full macro picture. So hit the subscribe, hit the like on the way in. I want to start here with Mike Alfred over here on X. He did this very nice broad post. It's like a broad picture of markets right now. What is actually happening? Don't just look at a daily zoomed in chart of crypto and be like, man, it's game over. Or even just don't even look at a chart and say, man, it's game over because we've been down. We're entering a bear market. Let's look at the macro picture here. The 10-year yield is plummeting. We're actually going to look at this chart. The Fed is shifting from quantitative tightening to quantitative easing. That is massive. Lower rates will follow. The dollar is trending lower. The U.S. government will sell gold to buy Bitcoin. MicroStrategy, GameStop, and other corporates are smash buying. There's a tsunami of capital coming. Buy it. I'm saying tens of trillions of dollars getting ready to enter the space. I'm not saying overnight, but this is the direction in which this space is headed. But we have these fundamentals playing out. So we've been talking a lot about the S&P 500, right? Trump coming into his first term back here, all of the tariff fear. It led to the December 2018 sell-off, and we've just been talking about the similarities. All of the tariff fear now at the beginning of Trump's second term, all of the tariff fear leading to a sell-off. But what's so crazy is right now we also have, and I should add this line, quantitative tightening just now. It's not going to be ending, but it's going to start slowing, right? So QT slowing. And if you look at last cycle or two cycles ago in Trump's first term when all this was happening, you can see we bottomed out and then this green line, QT, was just getting ready to end. And what happened? Markets kind of saw continued upside. That very strong reflection and similarity is in play right now. But then we have other things. Take a look at this clip. This is from a video I did January 20th. Check this out real fast. US dollar. He says, very similar mindset. Are we about to get that dip on the US dollar? It looks very nice, but I'm not going to sit here and say it's guaranteed. But wow, this chart looks very nice for risk on assets. So that chart looks very nice for risk on assets. That was around 108. Now it's at 103. The fractal so far, you can see this yellow fractal. And what we're doing there is saying, let's take the fractal from Trump's first term and plot it over the chart, because we have all of the talk of interest rates need to come down, right? We have all of the tariff fear. All of that was playing out back here. And then the dollar fell. This is what we've been saying, is a dollar going to fall, and it has begun falling. Now we're going to continue tracking this story, but this is good for risk on assets. Mike also talked about 10-year yield plummeting. And this is what this chart looks like. So I plotted very briefly, here's the tariff fear starting 2 cycles ago for Trump, right before QT comes to an end. Look at the yields falling. Same thing going on right now as QT is about to come to an end. These yields if they continue falling, risk on assets, things like Bitcoin are going to become very nice moves for money to move to, if that makes sense. All the while, QT coming to an end, liquidity starts kind of coming to the upside, and you can just see if I go to like a Bitcoin chart or something, we add FedNet liquidity indicator in green, this starts trending up. This is massive for crypto because there's a strong correlation to these two charts, right? So this starts trending up. Risk on assets like Bitcoin, like crypto, likely going to start trending up and bouncing. And why all of this is so meaningful is I think if I really look at it, I'm just like, man, all of the headlines, the fear headlines that we've been getting lately are so similar to here. I talked about the Goldman Sachs calling for a recession or increasing their odds of a recession just recently, like days ago, it just happened. They did the same exact thing right here at the Bitcoin bottom. So there could still be choppy waters ahead on all of these charts, but I'm just saying, do you see how the macro picture is lining up right now for all of these cryptos, Bitcoin and altcoins? And if we go look at a Bitcoin chart now, let's really kind of, to tame the short-term emotional hype or fear, let's just look at the technicals. Let's just look at the setup that is in play right now for Bitcoin price. So what I discussed yesterday was really a potential fake out kind of to the upside, especially because we don't know how the rest of this week will go. We don't know even today at 4 o'clock what Trump is actually going to say. He might say something that just spooks people again. Markets are back down. There could be a lot of volatility. We don't know what Jerome Powell will say on Friday. We don't know what the jobs report will look like in like a couple of days. So the reason I'm saying that is because we're already, as I do this video, meeting resistance areas just to watch for. The 200-day moving average is literally being tested right now as I record. The 50-day moving average on Bitcoin, around 88,000, is just above. Maybe Bitcoin continues to run. Is there resistance there? The reason I bring that up is even if we break above the resistance, how is Bitcoin closing daily candles? Is it maintaining closes above all moving averages? And that will take days to see, but we want to see higher highs and higher lows above moving averages for a true reversal. To give a sense of what it looks like, it's coming out of that last consolidation that we fell into for like 8 months or so. Finally, Bitcoin started putting in higher highs and higher lows above the moving averages. Are we going to get a move like this, or are we going to get a move like this? So this is what we talked about in yesterday's video. That is to say, kind of this fake out, and then we're going to test and sweep previous lows. That's what I'm watching right now. I'm being very careful to get kind of too bullish, right, in terms of this reversal playing out, because there might still be a little pain ahead. We come up a little bit, we fall. We're testing again in the 70s. People are calling for bear market again. And all the while, maybe we're putting in some type of bullish divergence. I want to mention something to you on the altcoin charts. I think this is so important. Obviously, we just looked at potential upside volatility and downside volatility for Bitcoin. The real target we want to see Bitcoin close above is around $88,000. We start getting daily candle closes above that, we're going to start monitoring the weekly chart on Bitcoin, and that is this, the RSI on Bitcoin weekly. Can it break? Can we close this trend above that yellow line? Historically, that signals this kind of, let me get rid of this screen here. That signals, and it's not letting me get rid of the screen. Okay. That signals a reversal for Bitcoin when we get that break. Now, going to altcoins, here's what I really want to mention. If you look at altcoins from like February to now, this altcoin market down around like 17%. The reason I'm bringing that up is because if we go and we look at S&P 500, right? We go to kind of February area. Just look at this. S&P 500 down a ton since February, right? And 8% is a ton for this market, this S&P 500. S&P 500 down 8% and altcoins down 17%. The reason I'm bringing that up is because I'm continually, and I know I keep saying this, I'm continually just so surprised. In general, like I was doing videos back here, and since then we've just seen higher lows for altcoins. And even right now we're in a higher low. I'm genuinely like confused and surprised. I get the frustration. I'm frustrated, right? I would have just very much enjoyed just a parabolic bull right there, and we didn't get it. We're getting the opposite, and we're falling and consolidating. But to be very bearish on the space confuses me. Look at how strong altcoins have been holding up actually through all of the recent like couple of months of fear with the tariffs and all of that. I mean, it's down not even that much more than S&P 500. That's crazy to me for this very volatile altcoin market. But look at the setup. We are in, if you just zoom out on a chart, we are in this territory where I continue to say I don't think the bull market has even happened for altcoins yet. Now, with the confluence of all of these things that we talked about at the beginning of the video, at the confluence of all of these things, 10-year yield plummeting, Fed shifting from quantitative tightening, quantitative easing, lower rates going to start kind of happening, the dollar trending lower, U.S. government selling gold to buy Bitcoin, all of these corporations buying Bitcoin. what happens if these risk on assets make a move to the upside? It didn't happen in the time we want this cycle. I realize that. But what if we get this move? Are you ready for it? And I don't know what it would look like. That's a quick fractal, right? I have no idea what this would look like. But are you ready for an altcoin bull market? A Bitcoin continuation of the Bitcoin bull market? I don't know. I just want to be ready, and I'm trying to focus on all these data points. There's so many moving pieces of data, and I'm trying to condense it in a very short video. But these are my thoughts today. As kind of a reminder, today is Liberation Day for America, the tariff deal. Let's see what Trump says. I'll probably do another video later if there's volatility, because I think it'll be necessary. But look what's happening right now. Canada offering to remove tariffs if US does. This is just breaking. And this is the purpose of today. It's a negotiation tactic. And it's called fairness. And America not getting ripped off anymore. But I did say tariffs have been a beautiful headline for the market manipulators to shake out retail. And this is something that we've seen. So let's continue tracking the story for Bitcoin, for altcoins, for crypto as a whole. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Everybody, I really appreciate you. If you're not a subscriber, please be sure to subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, your support and hitting that like button means a lot. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.